In today's video, we're talking about the coolest PS5 ever that you cannot buy, the potential first bundled game with a PS5 Pro, and one of the worst PS5 updates we've gotten in a long time.
Snake, are you okay? Snake?
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to PSReady. It's the night of the Game Awards, so I don't know why Sony would announce any hardware because that seems to be Xbox's thing, but if they do, I will cut in here and put in some Game Awards thoughts, but I'm excited.
And oh yeah, I got the PSReady shirt.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's weathering. It's aging so well. That's
yeah,
cool.
It's vintage.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah, man. So I'm excited for tonight, or yeah. We should do like a cut of like, this is me before the Game Awards. This is me after the game. I'm like, just
they're always disappointed. Some cool stuff. It's just the length of the show. It's hard to sustain excitement throughout the entire thing, but I'm gonna watch it on Discord with my friends, so I'm actually excited for that.
All those gaming shows, I feel they follow a similar formula where it's like start out with the bang. Oh my gosh, like Summer Games Fest, they were like, here's Mortal Kombat 1, and then the middle is kind of like, I don't really give a crap about any of this. And then the end, they're like, Final Fantasy. Yeah.
Anyway, the first news story I have today is that Jim Ryan, people say he's fired. There's no way this dude's fired. This seems like a real retirement because Sony had a huge party for him where they passed out cookies with his face on
firing
it.
Party.
It looked like a really good time. But the coolest thing at this party is this special edition PlayStation 5 they gave him that's PS1 themed. And it comes with a PS1 themed box. So it says, it's a black box, it says the PlayStation font, and they've got the overhead shot of the PlayStation 5. The DualSense they gave him is the classic gray all around, and then they put the colored charm buttons on there, the cross, circle, square, and triangle. They have on the USB cable for the controller the connection slot port thing for the actual DualShock, so you can put that into the USB port of this. And this is a one-of-a-kind thing. They're not selling this, and I'm so bummed because in the PS4 generation, when it was the 20th anniversary of PlayStation, they created a PS4 that was just like this. It had the same kind of box. It was the same color scheme. It had a DualShock 4 that was PS1 themed. They did sell the DualShock 4, but they only sold like an extremely limited number of that PS4. And that is the only special edition console I've ever like actively tried to get. And I was so bummed I didn't get it. But this is sick. They need to sell these.
They could make a lot of money if they decided to sell a special edition version of this kind of like a PS1, PS5 console. Nostalgia is a powerful tool. Nostalgia is one of the most powerful things in entertainment right now. Like they could make
it looks really good. They have the gray down the center, and like I don't know, I just think it looks like it's such an improvement over the current PS5.
I would like, because the gray, especially because the black gets a little scratched. It's like easy to scuff up the black. So I feel like the gray would be a slight improvement. I like having the color back on the PlayStation logo on the fins in the corner. That's really cool, and especially on the DualSense 5 that we see. They have like the classic red, yellow kind of. What's that? It's like a tealish green. But
yeah,
the classic
pastel
coloring.
charm colors. Yeah.
But yeah, the most exciting part about this is like what brings it all together is the connection of the controller, right? That like old school kind of like big chunky freaking port that you would put in.
So yeah, it's cool to see. I love that they're giving him a good send off because he's been at PlayStation so long. He got us through the lockdowns and everything and the launch that was so rough because of all the component shortages and all that. Now the PS5 is selling better than any PlayStation ever. We're finally getting some next gen games with Spider-Man, and next year we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So things are finally sort of looking up. It feels like a good time for him to kind of bow out and pass on the torch to the next character that we're gonna have so much fun making fun of.
I feel like his greatest sin is he's just not that charismatic compared to like other like front-facing CEOs or like. Yeah, I feel like if he was a little bit more like chill like that, a lot of the things that he would say or like a lot of his behaviors would be excused, I guess.
They wrote up an article about him in some magazine, I think it was GQ, and he's wearing a PlayStation t-shirt and he's like reclined relaxing on his desk, and it's so awkward. There are so many awkward pictures of him out there. There's another one, it's like a top-down shot of him holding a DualSense to make it look like he knows how to play a video game, and I feel like I thought he knew how to play a video game more before I saw that picture. Like once I saw the picture, I was convinced that he does not or has never played a video game. He also had some classic quotes over the years, like apparently he saw Gran Turismo running on a PlayStation 1 and he's like, why the hell would anyone want to play this? The graphics are so bad.
He's like, I don't play video games, but I still wouldn't even play that.
So yeah, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss all the jokes, the goofs and gaffs we had with Jim Ryan over the years. Sean Layden was really cool. He was like probably my favorite CEO in our lifetime. But yeah, I'm really curious who they're gonna pick next. Hopefully it's someone who hates mobile games and live service games. If only we could get so lucky.
Probably not. And if I was gonna say condolences to Jim Ryan, but that's not what I was going for.
Condolences to Sony for losing Jim Ryan.
Yeah. So, but yeah, congrats on a long career. For anyone who wants, like, maybe you can't buy this retro PS5 inspired thing that Jim Ryan got, but I'm looking that you can. There's plenty of skins out there that kind of mimic it a little bit. This one is looking kind of cool. I'm looking at Lux Skins official.
He's leaving it a good time because there's an article that came out that was talking about the like turmoil at Bungie, and I guess there's a clause that says if Bungie doesn't meet these financial goals like in a certain amount of time, then Sony can dissolve their board and take them completely internal, which I'm like, I wouldn't say 50-50 on. I'm like 70-30 negative to positive on how that would work out, mainly because Bungie management seems to be the big problem, right? With how things have gone with especially Destiny 2. Like I bounced off that game and I think it's going to get rougher next year because this season that we're in now, they delayed the final shape. So this season is going to be 6 months and they're already having problems with people leaving. So, you know, you can kind of see maybe that those problems would increase if you extend a season by a few months. But I think Bungie is aware of what they need to do, and it just sucks to see that the one lever that they say they want to keep pulling is layoffs. So hopefully the game can turn around. But yeah, it seems like Jim Ryan, he's getting out of there right at the perfect time before a big problem for Sony.
That Bungie situation is messed up because like they're doing the things that they said that they weren't going to do when they acquired them. They're like, we're not going to lay anyone off. And then they're like, just kidding, we're going to lay people off. They're like, they can remain independent. Like Bungie can remain independent. We're just going to be like there to help them out. And now they're like, well, okay, if they don't do this, then they're not going to be independent anymore. I'm like, yo, come on, man.
So the second news story I want to talk about today is this rumored bundle, and I can't tell where this rumor came from, but it is interesting that when GTA 5 got announced, right? It looks like a huge graphical leap, even from Red Dead Redemption 2. There's been a lot of talk online about whether or not this game's going to run well on the PS5 and Series X, mainly because they're ditching the last generation, which like, if they had any capability to not ditch the last generation, they wouldn't, because so many people still play on PS4 and Xbox One. This game clearly needs that extra hardware. So obviously people are sitting there thinking, well, this is probably going to be a 30 FPS game at launch. And that brings me back right to the days of GTA 5 on the PS3. That was a 20 to 30 FPS game across the board, very low resolution game, and we all still loved it. So I'm not too worried about that. But a lot of rumors are saying, well, in 2024, allegedly the PS5 Pro is going to release. So it might be smart for when the game comes out in 2025 for Sony to figure out a way to bundle these together and say, look, if you want the best possible way to play Grand Theft Auto 5, get a PS5 Pro. It comes with the game bundled in. You pay a little bit less getting the bundle and you will have the best experience because the game is not coming to PC at launch. It's going to come out at least a year later, like every other Rockstar game. So if Sony can figure this out, I think they're primed to have a huge console and game launch with GTA 6.
I mean, yeah, that would... They're already selling PS5s like gangbusters, bro. It's remarkable. Like they are really,
and there's like not that many games for it. That's the crazy thing.
They like people are buying and buying and buying, and that lead that they have over the Xbox Series X and S just continues to grow. And that's an understatement, right? Like they're leaving Xbox Series X and S sales in the dust across the board, and it's just crazy to see. So yeah, if they were able to kind of have some collaboration or partnership with Rockstar, like that would just be even crazier. Like Xbox has to do everything that they can to prevent that and like have that kind of partnership for themselves.
And they've done it. We just talked about it. They've done it in the past where they paid to keep. Well, PlayStation was trying to pull what they pulled with Starfield and almost succeeded with, which was buying exclusivity of GTA 4, which, you know, there was precedent there, right? Like for a long time, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas were only available on PlayStation. They came out on Xbox much later. And knowing that, you could kind of see why Sony would want to get GTA 4, but Xbox said, no, we can't let that happen. And the deal they made not only gave them like exclusive marketing rights, which was super huge. I bought that game on 360 despite also having a PS3. It also gave them the DLC early, which we haven't seen stuff like that happen in a long time, other than Call of Duty, I guess, getting a skin or two at the beginning of the launch, and then it comes to Xbox later. But yeah, Xbox, I think they need to either figure out the marketing rights or really make sure whatever Call of Duty is coming out in 2025 is the best Call of Duty ever made, and it's one that they can like super rely on marketing for.
Well, I feel like, you know, the games are different enough to where, you know, but if gamers are like, if you have money for one game that year, probably going to be GTA 5, right? I mean, or GTA 6, sorry, it's GTA 6. PlayStation is savvy. Like when they work out those deals, it works out for them. And when Xbox does, it's like crap. Even like they just bought Activision Blizzard, and the first Call of Duty that is released after they bought it is like everyone's pissed off at, right? So
like, but no, like the weird thing is like game reviewers don't like it, but I guess the multiplayer community not only loves the multiplayer and the new movement and everything, they really like the zombies mode. I guess the zombies mode is the most popular zombies mode ever, so maybe the Xbox tax is real. I guess we'll never know. We'll find out next year when the next Call of Duty releases, and we'll see how the reviews are for that one. But let's let the conspiracy theories fly until then. One thing that's not a conspiracy theory is that the new PlayStation 5 update that just released, we're in the late stage of PS5 updates, man. It sucks. We're in the classic Sony era of update that improves performance and stability. People, I guess, are roasting it on Reddit, saying my console is so stable. I hit it with my knee and it didn't fall over because it's so stable. That kind of made me laugh. But I'm scared. I'm upset. I loved this cadence that where in the spring we would get a big PS5 update that brought features, and then in the winter we would also get one. And now we're at the end of the year and we're getting the performance and stability fixes. Terrible. They're running out of exciting things to add, right? They've already covered the big stuff. Variable refresh rate, 1440p support, Discord on PlayStation consoles, you know what I mean? I want themes. I want a web browser. I want a better folder system. I want just those last few features, and I just want some acknowledgement that they're being worked on. It seems like the only reason they don't want themes is because they want to keep advertising on the home screen, which I don't like. Like Xbox got shit on for doing the Call of Duty banner. Dude, you turn on your PlayStation and the first thing you see is a ad, no matter what. For Fortnite. I don't have Fortnite on my PS5. I only have it on PC. Stability is always good. It's better than unstable updates, right? Kill me. Let's just move on. Last thing I want to talk about is a big problem with an Activision Blizzard game, conspiracy theory. Not that many people still play this game because, you know, there's a litany of problems with Overwatch 2. Now on PlayStation, you have massive frame rate issues to deal with, which obviously, like, the article is like, you know, this is a fast-paced shooter, so that's really bad. It's really bad in any game to be in single-digit frame rate territory. You can see it in the YouTube video, and it's pretty bad. I tried to remote play Cyberpunk the other day, and it was like, whoa, making me sick. I was like, oh god, this is crazy. I'm finally gonna go back to that. I'm super excited. Now that 2.1's out, it seems like they're done with the game. Dude, Ultimate Edition is here. My whole build changed, like with the reworked combat and stuff, and I wanted to replay the last mission. Because I wanted to make a different choice. But I was like, holy crap, like because I went just straight melee build, like just punching people and beat them up with bats and stuff. And they have like this whole thing where it's like an updated dash thing, like a finisher. Instead, like I can pick people up and throw them at people. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I tried to stream that and it was like 12 FPS, so like 9 FPS, which is honestly, we're seeing a lot of videos of like comparable frame rates. Of people playing Overwatch 2 on their PlayStation 5, which is nuts. And yeah, Jimmy's saying Blizzard's network infrastructure has been bad lately. I don't like Diablo has stuttering problems where you hit the button and then your guy will like lurch forward, and especially when you do the dodge on PS5 and PC, it's like the frame rate goes super wacky when you're moving between areas or you're in towns. If you have crossplay on, it gets super stuttery. And then now in Overwatch 2, like there's massive frame rate issues. I don't understand what the issue is when you're Blizzard, who have the biggest online game ever made, World of Warcraft, going on, and you've got countless years of Diablo. You're running 2 Resurrected. You have Overwatch, which is an online only game to begin with, and then now I guess everything's just falling apart for some reason. Like I don't get it, but it does suck. I think people would be more up in arms, obviously, if the fan base didn't completely abandon this game.
I think, you know, it's a bummer for Blizzard because I really think they had a good showing at BlizzCon a few weeks ago.
I agree.
And the new character Malga is a lot of fun to play. So it's just a bummer that, you know, being like, hey, guys, you should return to play our game because we got this new character, we got some new stuff cooking for 2024, and we're really excited about that. So come on back and like play this game. And the first thing that they encounter is this frame rate bug. They're gonna be like, no, I'm not playing this game. See ya.
But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope the Game Awards are good. Maybe they will be, and I'll have a cut in here that I don't know about right now because this is in the past. But yeah, Ray, have fun at the Mixer for Xbox.
Yeah.
Say hi to our mutual friend Jake Baldino for me from Game Ranks.
Jake Baldino? Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will.
All right. Bye.
Bye.